The Justice League tirelessly battled Darkseid for an entire week. They put their minds, souls, and bodies on the line to save the entire world from the evil and destruction of Darkseid and his parademons. Superman broke Darkseid's jaw, and while wrapped in the lasso of truth, they made Darkseid swear to leave Earth and to never return. Darkseid callously replied, "I will not return. I have no need, for the truth is..." He paused, tossed the lasso aside, turned and began to enter a portal, but before he vanished, the final words he left them with was, "I have what I came for." Everyone was taken aback by the final ominous words Darkseid had said to them. They were all puzzled, trying to figure out what he could have possibly meant. Within moments, though, Batman got a notification and said Cyborg is missing. Black Lightning said he could still be in Metropolis, where he had been fighting parademons. But Batman said no, he's not in Metropolis, and he is no longer on Earth. The other Justice League members were concerned to find out that Batman had placed a tracker on Cyborg without his knowledge. But Batman countered by stating that it would simply be irresponsible to let a walking weapon of apocalyptic technology that they barely understood walk around freely without someone keeping tabs. Wonder Woman urged them all to set aside the morally questionable decision to focus on the issue at hand. Batman then explained that his tracker had a 2 light-year reach and that Cyborg was no longer in their solar system. Flash replied, "Then where is he?" On Apocalypse, Cyborg was now Darkseid's prisoner. He was nailed to a table where DCeased tortured and questioned him. Darkseid appeared from the shadows, and they told Cyborg the reason they had captured him was because the second half of the anti-life equation that they required lay within Cyborg. Cyborg retorted with a fair amount of sass, which led to Darkseid ordering DCeased to remove Cyborg's tongue, which he did with pleasure. They then placed a mother box on Cyborg's chest in order to add the half of the anti-life equation they already possessed to Cyborg's system. They had a bit of a problem though, because the process would kill Cyborg, and then the equation would be lost for good. So Darkseid sought to solve this problem by summoning Death. He grabbed hold of the Black Racer and removed a piece from Death itself. He then used that piece to alter the equation in order to keep Cyborg and the equation from ceasing to exist. His plan, however, went very wrong, and the new equation became a zombie-like virus that infected Darkseid, corrupting his mind and making it so his only goal was to spread death. DCeased was immune to disease, so he boom-tubed Cyborg away in the hopes that the virus would leave with him. But it was too late. Darkseid was already infected, and there was no going back. Darkseid then leapt into the core of Apocalypse and let out a powerful blast that destroyed the entire planet and everyone on it. Cyborg arrived back on Earth, and as soon as he did, his system came back online, and the anti-life equation leaped from him into the internet. Cyborg tried to firewall himself off, but it was too late. The virus had begun spreading. Those it infected would tweet and share the equation, and in no time at all, those using their phones or computers had been infected. As the virus took hold, they tried to tear the equation from their minds, but it was in vain, for the virus took hold and they were enslaved. Superman, meanwhile, was at the apartment of Scott Free and Big Barda, where they agreed to go to Apocalypse in order to find and rescue Cyborg. Their conversation was interrupted when Superman heard the sound of screaming people. He flew out to see what was going on and was greeted by a horrific sight of people being infected by their technology, and the infected people then trying to hurt others. Superman flew home as fast as he could. He arrived just in the nick of time to prevent Lois, John, and Damian from looking at any screens. Batman, meanwhile, was in the Batcave, looking at his many computers that were protected from the virus due to his numerous firewalls. He connected to the analog cameras he had in Gotham and saw a city on fire. He had his system run projections on how many were infected, and using all possible data, the computer estimated 600 million infected worldwide, with the number likely to reach the billions within just a few days. Batman asked the computer if the internet connection had been disabled in the house, and it turns out it had not been. Batman very quickly activated an EMP that disabled all devices in the house. Damian was worried about his father because he wasn't answering on his radio device, a device in which Batman is supposed to always be reachable on. Superman, Lois, and John assured him that Batman would be fine and that he surely had many contingencies in place for such an event. Batman scoured the mansion screaming for Dick, Tim, and Alfred. He heard Alfred yell, "Master Bruce," and he went running. In the kitchen, he found Alfred fending off an already infected Dick and Tim with a kitchen knife. Batman fought the both of them while he screamed for Alfred to run. As he fought them, they bit and scratched him. He punched and pushed them away, trying not to hurt them, but they kept coming.